Breaking. The situation in the Middle East is rapidly spiraling out of control, and the United States finds itself at a critical crossroads as tensions soar. Donald Trump has taken center stage, pushing a staggering $200 billion in Pentagon war funding, raising alarms both domestically and internationally. The move comes amid escalating conflict in Iran and ongoing instability across the region, sending shockwaves through global markets and political capitals alike. U.S. leaders are reportedly in panic as intelligence reports indicate a potential intensification of hostilities, and Trump's bold proposal has sparked heated debates among lawmakers on Capitol Hill. You are watching Politics Report Show, bringing you the latest developments in U.S. politics and global affairs. The proposed Pentagon funding is unprecedented, aiming to bolster military readiness, support advanced weapon systems, and strengthen alliances in volatile areas. While supporters argue that this is a necessary step to safeguard American interests and deter adversaries, critics warn that it risks further entangling the United States in conflicts abroad, particularly with Iran and its regional partners. The White House has emphasized that Trump's request is strategic, intended to send a strong signal to allies in Israel and key NATO partners that the United States remains committed to regional stability. At the same time, China and Russia are closely monitoring these developments, with analysts warning that an aggressive U.S. military posture could exacerbate already fragile international relations. In Washington, top military officials and congressional leaders are reportedly holding emergency briefings to assess the impact of the funding proposal, weighing both the benefits of enhanced military capability and the potential diplomatic fallout. Trump himself has addressed the media, stating that the funding is essential for protecting American lives and maintaining global peace, a statement that has been met with both applause and criticism from political commentators. Observers note that the $200 billion package includes advanced missile defense systems, expanded cyber operations, and rapid deployment forces designed to respond to crises anywhere in the world. Meanwhile, the Middle East remains on edge, with Iran signaling possible retaliatory measures and regional allies, including Israel and Saudi Arabia, expressing support for increased U.S. engagement. Analysts are cautioning that the timing of Trump's proposal coincides with delicate negotiations over nuclear agreements, sanctions relief, and ongoing conflicts in Syria and Yemen, meaning every decision could have major international repercussions. The financial markets have reacted sharply, with oil prices surging and investors seeking safe haven assets, reflecting global uncertainty tied to the unfolding crisis. Lawmakers from both parties are voicing opinions, with some hailing the funding as a necessary precaution, while others warn that a rush to escalate militarily could have long-term consequences for U.S. foreign policy credibility. Trump's influence in shaping the debate is undeniable, as he leverages his platform to frame the funding as a decisive action that prioritizes American security while signaling resolve to adversaries abroad. Military experts are pointing out that such an injection of resources would enhance the Pentagon's operational capacity, but could also strain diplomatic channels, particularly with European allies who have advocated for more measured approaches to the Middle East. On the ground, U.S. forces are already engaged in intelligence gathering and strategic positioning, preparing for possible contingencies that could arise from further escalation. The debate over the funding package has also sparked discussions about the broader defense budget, national debt implications, and the need for bipartisan cooperation in times of international uncertainty. Analysts emphasize that Trump's announcement is more than a domestic political maneuver. It is a message to global players that the United States intends to maintain strategic dominance in critical regions, even as tensions with China, Russia, and Iran threaten to destabilize existing frameworks. In Congress, hearings are being scheduled to evaluate the specifics of the funding allocation, with committees examining how this unprecedented sum will be spent, including potential investments in cutting-edge technology, unmanned systems, and intelligence infrastructure. Public reaction has been intense, with citizens debating whether the nation should increase defense spending during a period of heightened international tension or focus on diplomatic solutions to prevent conflict. Internationally, allies and adversaries alike are assessing the implications, with media outlets in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia reporting extensively on Trump's aggressive funding proposal and the potential for rapid escalation. The political stakes are high. Trump's actions could redefine U.S. engagement in the Middle East for years to come, influence relations with NATO, and affect negotiations with key global powers over trade, security, and strategic alliances. Experts warn that every decision made now carries weighty consequences, from military readiness to regional stability, economic volatility, and diplomatic credibility. The $200 billion proposal also underscores a growing perception of urgency within the U.S. administration, reflecting concerns that delayed action could embolden hostile actors and undermine American influence abroad. Trump's communications strategy emphasizes decisive leadership, framing the funding as a proactive measure to prevent crisis while reinforcing the United States' role as a global security guarantor. At the same time, there is recognition that careful diplomacy must accompany military preparedness to avoid missteps that could trigger unintended escalation. Analysts highlight that Iran's response, potential proxy engagements, and reactions from Russia and China could dramatically shape the unfolding scenario, making the coming weeks critical for both policy and global security. In the broader context, the proposal arrives amid a complex web of international issues, including energy security, regional conflicts, nuclear negotiations, and shifting alliances, all of which amplify the impact of Trump's move. As lawmakers, military leaders, and foreign governments digest the proposal, attention is focused on the mechanisms of implementation, oversight, and the balance between demonstrating strength and avoiding provocation. In the United States, political commentators are dissecting the potential electoral and strategic ramifications, noting that Trump's decision positions him as a central figure in defining U.S. foreign policy, even as debate rages over the most effective and responsible path forward. Meanwhile, international analysts stress the interconnectedness of global security, noting that any escalation in the Middle East could reverberate across Europe, Asia, and beyond, affecting trade, energy, and diplomatic relations. Trump's push for the funding reflects a high-stakes gamble, demonstrating resolve and preparedness while navigating complex political, economic, and security considerations. As the crisis unfolds, the world watches closely, with every development carrying implications for U.S. credibility, regional stability, and the broader trajectory of global affairs. In conclusion, Donald Trump's $200 billion Pentagon funding push marks a pivotal moment in U.S. foreign policy, reflecting the intersection of domestic politics, international strategy, and urgent crisis management. The coming days will reveal how lawmakers, military leaders, and global powers respond to this bold initiative, shaping the future of U.S. engagement in the Middle East and beyond. Stay tuned for updates on this story on Politics Report Show as we continue to monitor every twist and turn in this high-stakes international drama, providing clear, factual, and timely coverage of how the United States navigates one of the most consequential foreign policy challenges in recent history.